Hi, right now I am joined by Brian Edwards, who just completed the Firefighter Combat Challenge. Tell us how it went for you today. How'd you do?
I didn't do as well as I wanted to, but just coming out here and being on the course, I'm just glad I finished it on my own 2 feet.
Yeah. What was your time?
So my time was 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
Yeah.
So a little slower than my personal best, but that's okay. First one of the season.
Yeah.
So we got some stuff to work on before the next one.
What is your personal best?
So my personal best right now is 59 seconds over the 2 minute mark. Or
Wow.
59 tenths of a second over the 2 minute mark,
Wow.
excuse me.
So you weren't too far off.
No, not too far off. My ultimate goal is to be sub 2 minutes. And then after that, the goal is to be sub 100 to get into what we call the Lion's Den. So that's the elite runners of the course. And for my age group, that's a sub 100 second run on the course.
All right. How many of these combat challenges have you done?
So this is probably my 10th or 11th one. I've been doing them since 2013.
Okay.
Starting out at Worlds in Myrtle Beach, just on a whim. All the guys, they're like, just show up and run it. How hard could it be? It's a huge challenge. I love it. The family atmosphere. We talk about the brotherhood and sisterhood in the fire department. This is definitely it right here. We don't get to see each other all the time, but it's just like a family reunion.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, do you have any more challenges coming up here in the future?
I do. Just about in 4 weeks, I'll be going to Virginia Beach, Virginia, to compete in their combat challenge, which I've done every year since they've had it there. So they've had it there the last 4 years. And then after that, hopefully I'll be heading to Massachusetts sometime in June. And if everything goes good, I'll be going to Worlds down in Alabama.
Oh, wow, that's great. So tell us what your training's like when you get ready for these competitions.
So my training's pretty crazy. I do a lot of CrossFit style workouts. I do a lot of stuff that is related to the job because we're tactical athletes, and I truly believe in that. My past was always I was a big kid. I was 357 pounds at my heaviest. So this isn't just a journey for the job, it's a journey for me. Because every time I get to step foot on that course, I think back in high school when I couldn't even run a mile without getting out of breath, or I couldn't climb stairs, I couldn't do anything without being out of breath. And here I am, I just did the toughest 2 minutes in sports, and I'm out of breath, but I'm starting to recover. So it's my training. Usually I'm 5 days a week. I try to do a lot of high intensity interval training, and then I add in weightlifting. And then usually 1 day a week I train in my gear, whether it be my fire gear from the firehouse or my race gear. So this is a lighter set of gear. So I kind of switch it up little by little. A lot of training in heavy weight vests, and I also have a face piece that has an attachment for it, so it's just like we're breathing air, but you're just not breathing air. It's actually harder, so it works out.
So now tell us how your job helps you train for the challenge.
So the job, riding a ladder truck, throwing heavy ladders. My ladder truck that I ride on has the heaviest ladders in my fire department.
Oh, okay.
So we have to do them by ourselves. Pulling hose lines, and even when I'm on the medic unit, picking up patients by yourself, and having to do it at all hours of the day and night.
Right.
On a spur of the moment.
And I imagine that you have most of these things at the fire station for you to be able to use at your disposal when you want to train, if you have downtime or...
Oh yeah, I built most of my own props. I have my own sled. We have a Rescue Randy. The only thing I don't have is stairs, but I improvise. I have a small box that I step up on, up and down hundreds of times and things like that, or I go to a local parking garage. Our training academy also has a tower, so I get to train there also.
Okay, great. Now, tell me any advice that you might have for a firefighter, a beginner one, or one that has never done the challenge before that would be interested in trying it.
The best piece of advice: show up. That's the hardest part. Show up. Everybody thinks that if they can't finish, it's a letdown. It's not. It doesn't matter if you finish or you don't. If you sign up and step foot on the course, you've done way more than most people in the fire service.
Yeah.
And you can be an example to some that just want to sit on the couch. know, I don't like being that couch potato person. That's for sure.
Well, and I noticed that earlier you had talked about the brotherhood and sisterhood of fire departments, and I did really notice today watching the challenge how supportive everyone is. So I think that would be, especially for beginners, just to know that you guys are all there supporting each other, like just wanting each other to finish and do the best job they can.
Absolutely. As you can see, some of the competitors that have a harder time, we'll actually go out there and cheer them on. We don't leave anybody behind. Mm-hmm. We say it on the fire ground. Everybody comes home. Everybody comes home. Everybody goes across that finish line at some point.
Right.
Absolutely. So that's the family. To me, that's the family. So, and we get to bounce training ideas off of each other and pick on each other, just like big brothers and big sisters, and would in a normal family. It's great.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. We really appreciate it, and good luck in your future challenges.
Thank you.